Okay, so we talked about producing electrical energy from fossil fuels. So now we're going to talk about producing electricity from renewable resources. So to solve the problem of fossil fuels, we need to develop renewable resources. So one way we can do this is biomass. So we can grow some quick growing plants and we can burn those in power stations instead of fossil fuels. But plants can also be grown to produce oils or sugars to be make alcohol, which can be used as fuel like petrol. You can also have wind energy, and so you may have driven by and seen like a bunch of windmills on a flat land. And so you would have a windmill, and that the blades would be turning, and the spinning. Then they would spin a shaft, and that would generate electricity. And then the rest of the steps would kind of resemble a power plant. You would have an inverter that converts electricity from DC to AC so that we can use it in our homes. You could have hydroelectric schemes, and these are going to use GPE of the water, so it's going to be, have a height to it of a hill, and it's going to generate electricity as it flows downhill. So here you can see they have a dam building this up, giving it a height, and then they have generators down here to turn the motion into electricity. They have special versions of this to produce quick electricity, and that's not going to be on your quiz, but you can read about that if you'd like. There's tidal power, and that's very similar to the other one, and you can read about that if you want. That's not going to be on your quiz. There's wave power. So you have a wave chamber set up into a rock face, and it's going to force water into the chamber, and air is going to alternately compress and decompress by oscillating water column, and the rush of air is going to drive the well's turbine, creating power. So all these are very, very similar. It's just using different types of motion to turn a turbine to use the generator to create electricity. Here's another one of waves, and again, you guys can read that if you'd like, and you can, but that won't be on the quiz. Solar power. This is becoming more and more accessible for homes, but we all are common with this with calculators. So you have a solar cell, or more commonly called a photovoltaic or photoelectric cell. It converts light directly into electricity. And so if you live in a sunny climate, you could actually use this in your home, but it's very, very efficient to use it in your calculator. Again, here's some more information. This is really cool about Australia if you want to read about that. Or solar furnaces, if you want to read about that in France. And geothermal is really cool. If you live in a part of the world where you have direct access to the heat of the Earth's core, so if you live near the opening of a volcano, or just an opening in the Earth's crust where there's direct access to lava, you could do this. So that lava is going to be able to produce steam that's going to be, it'll work just like a regular power plant. It'll turn the turbines and create electricity that way.